Hi, I'm Dietrich with the Animal Advocates of South Central Pennsylvania. Today we're visiting Archetype Pizza and Roost Uncommon Kitchen. With us is Jordan, one of the proprietors. We're here to talk about their vegan options and a little bit about the restaurant itself. How did Archetype Pizza get started, Jordan?
So it really came out of COVID. During COVID, we were just operating mostly takeout and delivery, the majority of kind of the lockdowns and stuff. And we were utilizing the space that's now Archetype during that period for people to take their takeout food and dine in. So kind of a hybrid model. The building was set to be sold to a new owner, so we decided to lease it, and we started kind of brainstorming what we thought would be best to put next door, and we really felt like focusing more on an evening type of concept would really do well. My business partner Philip is a pizza nerd. He has been eating, making pizza, researching pizza since he was like 17, and so it just really seemed to make sense for that to be something we focused on. So we started renovations, knocked some holes through, built a bar, and got a liquor license and a pizza oven, and went to work. So
Right, yeah. I know Roost was here first and was really the first breakfast spot in New York for vegans. With all the options you had pretty much from the beginning, I think.
Yep.
So that kind of covers what I wanted to ask about the connection to Roost. And you mentioned Philip's a pizza nerd. I know I've fallen down that rabbit hole a little bit. Myself, one of my questions was to ask what's special about the pizza, because really, like, the crust is outstanding, and I can tell that there's a lot of thought and care put into how your pizza is made.
Yes, I mean, the pizza is what it is because of Philip Gibbon. He is incredibly focused on details, flour to the water we use, every single step of that dough process, the ingredient, the cheese we use, the pepperoni we use, is a specific thing that he has tested and tried new stuff, and just tried to find the best thing for our pizza.
Right. I guess this kind of ties into both restaurants then. Is what made you decide to have vegan options on your menu?
So I actually love cooking plant-based. I had a period for about a year and a half, mostly because of health reasons, but I went entirely plant-based for about a year and a half. I was able to do it just because of life stuff. It's difficult for me to do now. Still about 80% plant-based, stay away from most meat. So I enjoy it as part of it, but very early on, even actually my previous business, which was a barbecue business, we started to try to experiment with plant-based. First of all, because there's a pretty healthy vegan community in York, and we wanted to really tailor our menu so people could eat in our restaurant and not really feel any different than if they were eating something with dairy or meat on it. And you were right, Roost from the beginning had some plant-based stuff. It was actually probably around 2019, maybe 6 months before COVID, that we actually released an entire vegan menu that had probably almost 20 items on it. COVID kind of stripped away some of that. We are working on a dedicated plant-based menu for Archetype and for Roost.
Oh, that's great.
So there will be some new items on there that we're pretty excited about too.
Yep, you killed another one of the questions I had in mind. Has the stuff been selling well? I know that we're a small market, but we kind of punch above our weight in that, like, the vegan brings the rest of the family, so we have more sway over this.
Yeah, at one point, it's probably not as much, especially for breakfast, it wasn't what it was. There was a point when we were probably almost 20% plant-based for breakfast. We do sell a lot of plant-based pizzas. And the kind of one group that we didn't really think about when we were working on those pizzas was people that are dairy-free.
Right.
So people that are lactose intolerant. So we have a lot of really loyal fans that come in more because of the dairy-free options too. So it just kind of hits a couple different areas that we're able to accommodate people. And that's the thing, like, we really try to make plant-based food that doesn't taste like plant-based food.
Right.
And even like with the Roost stuff that we kind of were working on, that we did years ago, that was my goal. Is like, I wanted somebody that eats that way to be able to just order this thing and have to not do any modifications, not have to like have a conversation about it, but to have breakfast with their family and it not be like a big thing. You know what I mean? Like, I think you guys know like how difficult it is to eat out, and like that barrier and discomfort of having to like hack the menu to get what you want. Like I want it to be a way that you're just comfortable to order it. And I feel like by reducing that barrier, more people are going to come that eat that way. Because you know, we want people to feel at home and not like they're an inconvenience.
That's
great. And we're not, you know, necessarily like when I was cooking that way at home, and I'm actually moving in with my wife. She lives in Allentown. We're moving in together in Marietta in probably 3 months. I'm so excited to go back to that way of cooking and eating, because I find even just that type of cooking to be fascinating. And I will cook a lot more vegetables, and I was doing whole food plant-based too, so it was, you know, good oils, all whole grain, stuff like that, and I just feel better and that kind of stuff. So.
Okay, we've got a couple of the pizzas here. I'll let Jordan talk about them.
Yes, these are 3 of our biggest sellers. This was actually the first plant-based pizza we did. It was before we were able to find any vegan mozzarella. So this is our Punk Rock Girl. So this pizza has a garlic puree on it, and then a cashew ricotta and basil. So it's pretty straightforward, but you got the crust, you got some creaminess to it. It's a real slammer. This is our Pomodoro. This is just red sauce and tomatoes and banana peppers. So it's also really basic, no cheese whatsoever, so this is a fan favorite too. And then this we released a couple months ago. So we do 3 types of pizza here. We do our kind of New York style or round pizza. We do a Detroit style, which is in a pan and gets kind of a crispy edge. And then we do our grandma pizza, which is thinner and in a larger pan, and that gets super crispy. That's actually my personal favorite. So this one here is our vegan Detroit with vegan pepperoni on it, has our red sauce on it. Also, people eat it up, so.
All right, so
let's eat some pizza.
Let's eat some pizza. So this is the Pomodoro?
Pomodoro.
Pomodoro.
I think that's a hairstyle.
I think it is. This looks really good. Yeah, you're right. That crust is so good. Like, I've actually had this one before, and it's really good.
Yeah, I was blown away by the Detroit pizza the first time I had it. I haven't had this, but this is really good too because it kind of lets the crust shine through.
Right. Yeah, I think I've had that before too, actually. And that's the Punk Rock Girl, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah, that is good because they use like almost like a cashew cheese or something. But yeah, Jordan's right. It's nice because it's like it's fresh and it's so simple but really good. But yeah, I love that they use fresh ingredients and stuff like that too. It's not like straight out of a can. Gonna try one of these bad boys. So this is the grandma pizza. Grandma Detroit?
Detroit style. Grandma is square but thinner.
Gotcha.
We don't have one of those.
It's so good. But yeah, the pepperoni on there is awesome. I'm really impressed with that. It's just so nice because there's not very many vegan pizza shops left in New York. A lot of them have gone on to do other things or just closed down in general. So it's really nice that there's something downtown that we can go to and it's easy to get to.
I'm gonna do this for all the New York pizza purists out there. Yeah, that's good.
And the cheese melts so nicely on this pizza too.
You know, this actually brings back nostalgia for before we had vegan pizza in the area. And I would just get cheeseless pizzas all the time.
Actually, fun fact, the first vegan meal I ever had was Domino's pizza with no cheese on it. But I love how the cheese just stretches too. Like, and that's Dea, right? That he's using? But yeah, check out this Punk Rock Girl pizza. I wonder if Dead Milkmen know about that. I love the little dollops of cashew cheese on there. It's awesome. Kind of reminds me of like a white pizza. Yeah, this is really similar to like a white pizza that you would get that would have like ricotta and stuff on there. Very similar.
I would say the Punk Rock Girl and the Pomodoro are good pizzas if you're worried about low fat. This is a cashew mozzarella that they have on here, but it doesn't seem, like the pizza itself, it doesn't seem very greasy.
Yeah, that's the other nice thing too. Nothing's really super greasy. This one's a little greasier.
You're a little greasier. You better leave that in.
I will. Staying in. Those are a little greasier. I think that's just because of the Dea.
Yeah.
But yeah, you're right. For the most part, it's not super greasy or anything like that. So come check out Archetype Pizza and definitely check out Roost because they all have amazing vegan products. You won't be disappointed. Stop in when they get their new menu. And thanks for watching. I'm John.
I'm Dieter. Thank you for watching, spending your time with us. Thank you.